Ship 1. How about super duper overkill? Are my fuel tanks? Yes, inflatable fuel tanks. Happening. They're back. I mean, as good as it's inflatable fuel tanks. Ship 1. Quick. Let's chip E. Ship 1 E. Ship payload 1 lower. That off. Those break off, these break off, that breaks off, that kicks on. Alright. Thinking about making this unmanned, but I'm not sure I want to deal with having to re-engineer the entire rocket tonight, so. Module, this guy. Minimum crew to operate 1. Minimum pilots on vessel. Probe control point. That's alright, we have communication information. We're just gonna bring Jebediah up. Launch. See my trusty dandy Kerbal Space Program wiki. I don't remember what the geosynchronous orbit is for sync. 2863. So, aging and sent guidance. Mech job again. Okay. Target altitude 2860. All right, here we go. I like the way your thrusters thrust. Thanks, Red. How did the raid go tonight, bud? Awesome. That's good to hear. You did normal, or did you guys do heroic? I think it was normal. If I thought correctly. Cool, cool. This rocket contains another communication satellite. So I have COM 1 up. This is going to be COM 2. With the goal being to have a total of 4 around Kerbin. Once I get this guy in orbit, I'm actually going to send another rocket up right after this one, and we'll do both rockets more or less simultaneously, with obviously a little bit of delay between the two, but so the game requires communication between ships in order for you to man any of the unmanned vessels. So we're looking at doing rover missions to Mun, as well as like unmanned missions to like other some of the further away planets until I can get guys out there. But I need communication satellites in order to actually communicate. You can see right here, like this green line shows that this comm satellite has a link between the ship and itself. And those are all the communication links that we have currently available from that satellite into Kerbin. So all about the communications. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know this game had a form of progression. Yeah, I mean, it has as much of a form of progression as you can get, I think, from the game. So all right, fuel balancer, liquid fuel.
No Overwatch DVD?
No, I'm playing
Black Ops.
Black Ops. What?
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Playing online.
I've owned them all, I think, and
No.
barely played the companion. Is that what you're playing, or you're playing multiplayer?
Oh, I'm playing multiplayer.
Oh.
I play it on a server that's crouch only.
Really?
Do you say you're playing on a server that's crouch only?
Yes.
Weird.
What I thought I
Oh
heard.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
his fuel bags are back.
My fuel bags are back. Yes.
It's actually quite fun, oddly enough.
You can't walk fast though. Like you can't.
That's
run,
the point, but nobody else can either.
Yes.
You also don't make footsteps,
Oh.
and it's hardcore, so there's no map or anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite fun. There's only like a handful of servers open, anyway, so it's kind of got forced on the crouch
That
only.
is that is dedication to Black Ops, to say the least.
It's an old game, so.
It's a very old game. It's fun though. It's probably my favorite.
All right, now we're gonna launch rocket numero dos. We just need Valentina going to be piloting our second vessel here. That way, all the time that I need to spend up there, I can just do and get maneuvers done for both of them. So, back to this. Staged right, because.
What happened? Are we back? What happened?
Well, we're back only because I'm launching a second rocket at the same time that the first rocket is up there.
Oh.
Aha.
We're back.
Yes, so we are bringing the second rocket up at the same time, and what we'll do is once this guy's in a non-degrading orbit, then we will start maneuvers on the first one, then maneuvers on the second one. That way we can do them simultaneously and get two satellites up for the time it takes to do one. So that's the goal right now.
Nice.
I was gonna make some unmanned vessels to do this that were a little more fuel efficient and just designed more for this task and didn't require a pilot, but it's late, so that's gonna have to be a tomorrow project, I think. But I'll use those to like put them in orbit of Mun specifically, because once I have the communication, I mean realistically I have the communication network right now to put them around Mun. I just don't have the time to make rockets, so tomorrow we make the new rockets. Nice thing is that I technically could take the Mun lander that's out there and land it and do science and then bring it back up and then dock and let Bob like reset the science experiments and collect all of the science data without actually having to put any Kerbins on the Mun anymore, though. That wouldn't be as fun. I'm just excited for my fuel bags. When I saw that in the add-on I added today, I was so happy. I was like, yes, there are fuel bags.
Getting a little hot on your way out, huh? Going out a little fast?
Yeah, just a little. It's okay. I don't think it's. Yeah, like 40. It was like 42%, maybe like 45% before I checked. So, all right, a little hot, but we've got more than enough fuel and more than enough thrust to fudge that a little. Problem is that I'm setting my orbit altitude for the actual ascent to 2,860 kilometers is a really high start. I mean, normally you would get like into like a 100-kilometer orbit and then go out. But I have the vehicle to do it, so there's no reason
Right.
to go slow. And these missions, I mean, come on, let's be honest. These missions aren't exactly like blowing anyone's skirts up when they're like, yes, great, we get to launch satellites. So, but they're a necessity for any of our unmanned missions. So that's what we got going on. That looks almost identical, doesn't it? Never gets old. I missed the fuel bags. I'm super excited that they're back.
Did they take them out?
The plugin, the add-on I was using, I guess it wasn't updated for the current version, so they weren't available, and I didn't realize what add-on they came with, because it was a while ago when the last time I played. So a couple new add-ons were updated today, mods were updated today, so I added them, and I was just checking to make sure that when I did that, I didn't break anything. And sure enough, I checked fuel tanks, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm like, there's a few there. I'm like, there's the inflatable fuel tanks that Tech and I had been talking about. So, yeah. Probably don't need quite as much. Should have made an action group. I told myself the last time I did this, I should have made an action group. I could extend all of these solar panels one click of the button instead of, you know, the alternative. And yet I forgot again. All right. Tina, back to you in a second. Guy's names. Rename vessel. Ship 2. Okay. Need to do is ComSat 1. COM 1. Here. 860 by 2 point. Major, semi-major axis. 3462. 49. So that's the target for all the future vessels' orbits. Actually, I bet you I don't even need. Bet you here. Do guy. Switch to him, and I set a rendezvous for. Let's see. Probes? Nope, not probe. Relays. COM 1. Aha, perfect. I need to match its. This. We have this. Alright, so. Maneuver planner. Apple weapons. 2860. Create the node my damn self. Eight. 6, 3, 3, 2, 4. His height is 2863. 3. Inclination. Relative inclination. Our inclination. Alright, so change our direction here. Sending node by add that. That. Is chips. So execute node real. Have to do. Going to have to. Red apple appus. Nation. All right, now speed up here. That way our periapus. Edit that maneuver node. 2, 8. 860. Oh man, if I can make that, if that would actually work, that would be awesome. Okay, execute next node. And then we'll go to the other ship and we'll do the exact same thing. Set its inclination to 0 degrees on the planet and try to get it in a better position. Fortunately, this guy's in a great position. He's going to be kind of opposite of the other satellite. This guy could be somewhere between those two. And then fourth satellite, probably not tonight, but when I do a fourth satellite, then hopefully they'll be as equally apart as I can get them. Okay, so 2863.3, 2864, we're at very happy. Just reverse so slightly, get it towards. I like, dude, never gonna happen. Yeah, because my job can't hit that prograde. A little closer here to this Periapis so I can Appa-Wappus up just a tap it in. Fit in. Tap, tap, tap. All right. New Appa-Wappus is 2863.3. Perfect. Okay. We'll be back. We'll be back to you in just a hot second there, Chief. To ship 1B. Change name. Ship 3. Okay. Change inclination to 0. Node, and we can execute that node. One. Relative inclination to relay 1. Pretty much as good as the last one. But not do this maneuver quite yet. Ooh. How close those came. Hmm. At the Appa-Wappus, let's add a little bit of what we need. Half of it. Half of it, so that way it stops going so far down, and hopefully I can get it into the right position. A lot less maneuvering required to get it into the right position. looks like. Wait. Exapoapis. Maneuver node. There. And then get us into position, and we will kick on RCS and let it do. I don't really. Unless I overshoot it. Here. Off. Yeah. Done. Okay. All right. So open this up. And turn off SAS for a second. There we go. That took a second. Forgot which one was translate up. Okay, and I named. Click on it. You know, next time I got to really make it so it's a lot easier to name vessel. Two. And double check Periapis and Apoapis match COM1, which they do. Apoapis is 2863.3 by 28624. Wait, that's not. You can always address that maneuver actually. What? Okay, perfectly all right. We're good. Done. So back to this guy. Close this door up. And into retrograde real quick. Lower our orbit down so we can get back into orbital here. Perfect. Okay. Next guy. So guy. Okay, so Apoapis, and we need to node. Node. Next. All right. So we'll get this guy into a similar orbit as the other two. Then we will come back and deal with this guy's deorbiting. Then we'll deorbit this person, this ship, and then we'll be, these two satellites are a little close, but put a satellite over here or something. Maybe, I mean, there's plenty of coverage. That's not even the issue. So this is only our first round, only our first satellite network. We have probably additional satellites we'll add at some point to account for stuff like super duper long range. Is that what I was hoping for? 862. It's fine. Okay. All right. So now we got that. Sure, we're going. Say yes. Bring it. Prograde. RCS. Why you move? Not moving. Couple minutes. Translate. Fuel bags are in the way. All right, we're getting around now. Perfect. Okay, switch this guy. Or SAS, it was normal. Where is the name for this? Should have designed this. 3. There. We're gonna extend our solar panel. we're golden. Now have all sorts of good gooey communications. We still need one on this side, easily one on this side, and maybe even one over here. Probably one over here is fine. It's just they'll probably gonna drift a little because they're not all perfect orbits. But honestly, unless I'm going into Hex Editor and editing their files, like that's the orbits they're gonna have. So such is life. Okay, so retrograde. Doors.
Watch out for Bob.
Oh, is that, no, there's no Bob up here tonight. No Bob up here tonight. It's just Valentina and Jebediah. We're only doing some pilot stuff. I mean, if it was earlier in the night, I could like bring these guys out to Mun. I could land the Mun lander like 4 or 5 times with the amount of fuel that they have left over, and bring some science, like, and transmit science back. I mean, it's not the most efficient, but I could easily bring a ton of science back. But it's too late for that. It's just too late for that. So this was more of a maintenance mission tonight, which I'm sure is like edge of your seat type stuff, but it's okay. It's got to be done. All right, Valentina, thank you very much. You stand by. Where is Ship 2? Okay. And set over to Periapis, and we are just gonna pretty much hammer on the brakes real quick here. Perfect. All right. Super planner. It's nice doing more than one mission at a time because it's like a lot there. We spend a lot of time fast forwarding, right? And so it's not ideal, but I mean, she can orbit once or twice before she really has to come down. So I can finish this. I can get this guy, on the ground, and then come back. I mean, and set up a deorbit burn for her. Do the exact same thing. There's so much extra fuel. Geez, I could have gone out to Minmus and back if I really was doing it, but I should have made a different vessel. Full disclosure, there's a little laziness tonight because it's just, again, a lot of other things going on. So, Deck, what are we doing tomorrow? Are we doing more Sea of Thieves, or are you going to convince me to buy Far Cry?
I mean, if the Far Cry thing's happening, then, please give me a heads up so I can download it since it's a large download and we don't have to wait for that to happen.
I hear you. What are you up to tomorrow, DVD? Are you around?
Unless someone gives me a call and gives me work, yes.
Gotcha.
As of right now, I'm out of work.
And I'm sure DVD will be around in the morning, too, if you're around.
I will be.
Well, as awesome as that would be, and it would be awesome, I will not be around.
No?
I'll be working. I will be working, and it won't be launching.
Full-time job yet.
Well, yeah, your lips to whomever's ears, man.
So, the back session is garbage, or you're leaving that in?
It's garbage. No, it will come out. It will fall out of orbit on its own.
Oh.
I just don't have any need for it, and I have a heat shield on this guy, so I don't really need to go.
There's a lot of fuel in that, though, right?
I know.
Wow.
The whole original vision was, if we didn't play Sea of Thieves tonight, is I was going to build slimmer rockets to just bring these satellites up into orbit, because I just don't need this rocket to do that. This rocket can house such a bigger payload, but wasn't enough time to do that, and I really wanted to put these satellites up so that I could do something else other than just launching satellites into space. So, like rovers. So they released the Malmate rover pack from USI, which is what I used last time for some of the rover stuff. So, should be able to put a rover on Mun shortly. Maybe even like I don't know. Tomorrow would be aggressive because I would need to have at least one communication satellite up there to be able to give it orders. Maybe tomorrow. See, might happen.
Are you dropping this in a good place for science?
No, there's no science on this guy.
Oh.
This was all just put some satellites up. Um, Tomorrow I'm gonna do science. I'm gonna land on Mun like once or twice tomorrow. I'm gonna update this ship one more time so I can store even more science, and then and as you saw, there's plenty of fuel. With these fuel bags, now I can, and the reason why there's so much fuel is because of the fuel bags. Because what I did is I took fuel from the inefficient engine and put it onto the efficient engine. So whereas last night, like I had almost no fuel left over when the mission was over, now I had a ton of fuel because the engine I was using was super duper fuel efficient in outer space. So I could get almost um, like nearly like 40% more delta V because the engine I was using was more efficient, but it doesn't really work well in the atmosphere. So I can't use it in like atmospheric flight. So that's why there's so much more fuel. So, I mean, I think it was like 3,000 delta V. Well, no, because the other ship has the exact same. So I could probably get rid of like a ton of fuel on this ship. I probably don't even need the midsection, to be honest with you. I could probably get away with the whole midsection not being there if I wanted to. But this rocket does its job. What I'm hoping for. Still way too many parachutes. Again, I was gonna fix it, but fix it.
I'm watching the streamer. There's a galleon at the skull fort, and they're in a galleon coming in, and another galleon's coming in at the same time.
Oh, let me guess, and it's keyhole, right? It's keyhole 4, and it's the midnight skull.
That's what it looks like.
Ugh. They all know. It's like it seems like they're like the skulls are coming up at like the exact same time every night, and sure enough, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are like, hey guys, like keyhole's coming up, like let's all go over there. Like I think they need to improve their like random generation of where the forts activate personally.
This is gonna be interesting.
Who's the streamer?
Sniper named G.
Is he level 50 yet? Wasn't he like 47 or something
He's
before?
close. The other guy's closer. Prodigy X is closer.
That's the guy that was jumping in with various
Yeah.
crews just to. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that one counts, but I mean it counts, but
This
maybe
guy's
that's
like 48, 40 something, and 40. He's almost done with gold hoarders.
Damn.
Oh, one galleon looks like it possibly crashed into the other one. Oh, we almost landed on their captain's deck.
that vessel. Done with that guy's flight. Jebediah has returned home. Now we're gonna go get Valentina back. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, they came in and sunk both galleons that were in front of them.
Awesome.
And now they got a guy on the beach. Killed one. Killed two.
Valentina. Oh, let's get you.
They just killed another one.
Yeah, so she's like 2,500
Killed
meters.
another one.
Okay. Way too much. Not tonight. Tomorrow. Mission accomplished, Valentina. Good job. Good job, sister.
Guy's pretty good at the sword. He knows how to jump at the end and like.
Well, if he's been grinding those levels and actually
Yeah.
doing the work, then like, you know, you're gonna get really, really competent in the mechanics of all those different items, right?
He uses the block for the sword a lot, and he lunges from the block and then blocks immediately. Like he's really good. I never use block, so.
I watched his stream a little. Yeah, he's good, man. I definitely would not want to run into him. I definitely would not want to run into him in a
No.
in a fight. But I would totally be okay with, like, you know, if I ended up in a pug. Never happened, but still. All right, and yet here we go, Valentina. We're now getting back down to Kerbin as well. So now we have 3 satellites. You see, these are a little close. Not sure. Went a little faster than that one. That's only where they're at. May have to do some maneuvers, get these guys fixed a little, but for now, they should do the job. Might even put like 1 or 2 more up. Maybe we'll do another round of missions offline and put 2 more satellites up in spots around the globe. Or play Far Cry. Looking at Everspace, which is like a single player like spaceship game. Which looks pretty cool. Seemed like it was right up my alley.
Mm-hmm. Looks fun, man. Looks a lot of fun.
Yeah, I watched a couple people play it, man. It definitely looked like it was Far Cry was definitely interesting. What about this Project Darwin that you mentioned?
Oh, well, it's not duos yet. It's still only single player. Darwin Project, yeah. Once duos, I would like to give it a shot, but it's, from what I understand, it's harder to play than some of the first-person shooter games, like because of the way the arrows work and the axes work. The physics are a little off, you know, a little different than a lot of these more realistic games. So
Okay.
it takes a little to get used to. But I'd give it a shot. But I would probably play Far Cry before I would do that.
It's like
Far Cry looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know. Just like investing $60 in yet another game.
That's why I said not to do it tonight. Those galleons aren't even coming back? I find that hard to believe.
One of 2 things. Either they just got worked and decided it's not worth it.
They did.
Or they're like, let's stock up so we have enough resources and make our way back and just wait for the skull to go away and jump them when they're looting.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a painted ship versus the two ships had no transmogs on them, so. But, you know. I mean, the guy that streams, I mean, he killed 3 or 4 of them by himself. So.
I hear you. Again, when you do those grinds, right? Like
You get good at the game, yeah.
you get good at the game.
Yep. That's all it takes.
Playtime.
Well, I have to add something new. I can't just playing the same games because I have like a million games in the hopper that I've played forever a day ago. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I know, I know. Done. Dunzo. What did I leave up there? Did I leave any ships up there other than the ships that I know I left up there? I know I left a ton of debris.
It's all gonna crash.
I don't think any of it will crash, but definitely all up there. Now, fortunately, in this game, you could just literally select the debris and then just tell it to like um, that you don't want it anymore, and it will just terminate the flight. I mean, it's completely non-realistic, but
It'll just make it disappear.
then again, it's a video game. It's not supposed to be realistic. Just supposed to be enjoyable, right? That is for another day. All right, folks. I am done for the evening. So thanks for stopping out and watching the stream. We'll be back tomorrow with most certainly some Sea of Thieves, possibly some Kerbal, maybe even Far Cry. I don't know. We'll see. But not sure. Anyway, have a good night and chat with everyone tomorrow.